Good morning, children. This is Pooja Nautiyal here. Today we will be reading a poem. And what is the name of our poem? The name of our poem is Topsy Turvy Land, and the name of our poet is H.E. Wilkinson. So, first I will be reading this poem for you, and laterwards I will be explaining it. Uh, and the poem goes like this: The people walk upon their heads, the sea is made up of sand, the children go to school by night in topsy turvy land. The front door step is at the back, you're walking when you stand, you wear your head upon your feet in topsy turvy land. And buses on the sea you will meet, while pleasure boats are planned to travel up and down the streets of topsy-turvy land. You pay for you pay for what you never get. I think it must be grand. For when you are coming back in topsy-turvy land. So this is the poem. And who is the poet? H.E. Wilkinson. And there's glossary given. You have to write the words meaning in your copies. Now I'm explaining the poem to you. Through this poem, our poet, and who is our poet? H.E. Wilkinson. He has created a wonderful or amusing word, and we can say Topsy Turvy Land is a poem written by H.E. Wilkinson. It is a very interesting poem that takes us to a wonderful land where everything is upside down. It tells us about a strange land where nothing is normal. In fact, the normal that we live in. Everything is the opposite of everything is the opposite of that in this land. Opposite of that in this land means the way the life we are leading it is opposite. He has created a world where everything is different from our world. It has many amusing things, and he has just given many instances that land is totally different from us. For instance, people walk on their hands instead of their feet. Similarly, there are many other strange things going on in this land, which the poem mentions, like how the children do not go to school during the daytime, rather they go to school at night. In the second paragraph, he further says the houses have a front door steps at the back. In another set of strange things, the people walk on their hands instead of using their feet. Similarly, they do not wear their hats on their head but on their feet. Everything, now we can say everything is opposite, or everything is upside down. Moreover, in this land, we can find the buses on the sea and boats on the street. Another amusing thing is that we have to pay for we never get. When we are coming back, when we are going, we are coming back in topsy turvy land. So again, I'm just giving you a recap of this poem. In this poem, that is Topsy Turvy Land, our poet H.E. Wilkinson has created a wonderful and amusing word where everything is different, and we can say everything is different and opposite of our word. Like here in this poem, people walk upon their hats instead of using their feet. The sea is made up of sand instead of water. The children go to school by night. Rather, the children go to school by night instead of going at daytime. Where in topsy turvy land. In our world, we find the front door step is at the front door, but here we find the front door step is at the back. When we are just walking, we- uh, everything is different. When we walk, we find we ourselves standing. Here in this word, people wear their hats on upon their feet, and we find here in topsy turvy land, we find buses on the sea and plaza boats on the streets. Where in this topsy turvy land, we pay for what we never get, and when we are coming back, we are going back. So, in the conclusion, we must say that the poem gives us a whole another perspective of the normal that we experiences each day by telling us about topsy turvy land, where everything is exact the opposite of normal. So, in the last, we must conclude that our poet, and who is the poet? H.E. Wilkinson, has created a totally different word from us, and he has just named it as Topsy Turvy Land. As the name suggests, Topsy Turvy Lands means everything where everything is upside down. We find we find everything opposite of what we just do in our day-to-day life. So I hope you must have understood this poem. This is a very amusing poem, and by reading it you must have just enjoyed it. In the next session we will be doing some and the chapter. Thank you, children.